Why won't you do it? You MAGA Republicans are all the same. I tell you to fact check me and you refuse. It's the internet. It's a Google search away. Donald Trump said he wants to defund the police. You're voting for a felon, a sexual abuser, and a civil fraudster, but you won't simply do me a favor of actually fact checking me on something. Do you see the issue with that? Listen, am I supposed to entertain this? Because you're giving blatant conspiracy theorists. Like, I'm supposed to... Quiet.
Fact check.
Quiet. Bad cow. You won't even fact check me.
Come on.
Bad cow. You're a very bad cow. You're an angry cow, too. You're an angry cow. Cow. All right, guys, we got to move on. I'm done playing with him. He's taking too much of my time. I'm going to move on. Donald Trump on April 5th, 2023 said, and I quote, Republicans in Congress should defund the police until they come to their senses. And that post is still on his Truth Social account. That guest kept saying it's not true and yet wouldn't fact check me. That speaks volumes to how insane these MAGA Republicans are.
Okay, hold on.
Lie.
Fact check me
actually,
on
let me
this.
do a quick question for you. Ready? Unmute.
No.
How long were you waiting in my live?
I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to you.
Oh, you're not going to listen to me? Next. Yeah. Welcome to my live. You step into my virtual house, I get the first word. That's called life. When you walk into an interview, do you immediately say to your potential boss, hey, I'm talking first? Yeah, good luck getting that job. Liam, hi, are you voting for the criminal?
You faggot.
Oh, gosh.
Faggot.
Oh, no. My feelings. Where are my pearls so I can clutch them? Oh, I even kick them. They ran away. My pearls. Let me clutch my pearls. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Let me put on some tears for you. Oh, no. In the arms of the angel. Oh, no. What am I ever going to do? What am I ever going to do about this? I guess I'll just have to move on. What? MAGA Republicans, do you think that when you do stuff like that, it makes you look good? Because you already know you're behind in the polls, right? Like, you can't really afford to be homophobic, racist, sexist right now, right? You're supposed to try to win over voters. You're not helping your case. This is why you're behind in every single poll in every single swing state. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Absolutely.
That was a little too excited for this, don't you think? I mean, I'm like, are you voting for the criminal? And you were like, yeah, grape. Like, calm down, man. It's not that exciting. So anyway, why do you support crime? Excuse me. So why do you support crime?
So
why do you support crime?
Okay, so you're
Elizabeth, thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate it. So yeah, why do you support crime?
Let anybody else speak?
Yeah, welcome to my virtual house. Let me explain something. Hey,
is a bunch of nonsense.
Quiet.
How much?
Actually, you do take orders directly from me because I have the mute button. Let me teach something to you and the other MAGA Republicans. When I ask you a question and you request to join my live, I will not let you speak until I speak to you first. Understood? I'm so done with the disrespect from your side of the aisle. And then you're like, Johnny, why are you rude to us? Because you're disrespectful. So again, why are you voting for the felon? Can you break that down?
Because of all the lies you speak.
Are you obsessed with me? You're like, I'm voting solely based off of Johnny.
That I had quiet.
If you had valid points, you would bring them up. But instead, you're going into your feelings saying, I'm voting for Donald Trump because you're a liar, Johnny. If you're voting solely based off of me, then you might actually be obsessed with me. Yeah. So again, try to tell me why you're voting for the felon, and this time don't get emotional. Don't blame me for your ignorance. Just tell me why you're voting for the felon. It's not hard. Unmute. Hurry up. Let's go. Come on. Clap, boy. Let's go. Come on, baby. Buddy, let's go. There we go. You did it. So why are you voting for the felon?
Because juries get things wrong.
You're voting for the felon because you think juries get things wrong.
I know from personal experience.
Okay, so you're saying you relate to him because you are too a felon? Are you also a felon?
No.
Okay.
I was on the opposite side.
Oh, you were on a jury.
No.
No? So you were the criminal?
No.
Where are we going with this? I'm confused. Were you like...
I was...
where were we?
I was assaulted.
Gotcha. Okay, and so you're saying the jury got it wrong for you, but so that must mean that Donald Trump, who is a sexual abuser, hold on. You're saying that Donald Trump, who is the sexual abuser, the bipartisan unanimous jury appointed by his own lawyers must have gotten it wrong. Really?
No.
So hold on. You should relate. Stop. No. I know what you tried to do here. You're saying the jury got it wrong for this case involving you.
The jury got it right.
Thank you. Okay, congrats. Congrats. I'm glad you got your justice. Now, here's the thing. You're saying that you are the victim of this. You should be relating to E. Jean Carroll, not to the sexual abuser like Donald Trump. Do you see the problem here?
I'm referring to how courts can get things wrong because in my
but they didn't get it wrong with Donald Trump.
Can you just listen for more than 5 seconds?
Yeah, but you're not getting the point. You're not getting the point.
This shows how immature you are.
No, not really. Who's the immature one? The one who's justifying sexual abuse, or the one who's telling you it's wrong to justify sexual abuse?
Can you just listen for more than 3.5 seconds without fucking interrupting?
I need you to understand why I won't listen to this. Because I can't listen to you justifying. Stop. Because I can't listen to you justifying this. I can't.
I'm not.
No, hold on.
I'm not trying
Stop.
to justify.
Yes, you are. You tried justifying it the moment you said, "Oh, well, juries get things wrong." You're suggesting.
Not juries.
Listen. Stop. Stop. Listen to what I'm saying first and understand where I'm coming from. You are telling me that I should let you use this platform in front of 1,000 people to justify how this jury may have gotten it wrong with Donald Trump. No.
I didn't say the jury.
Yes, you did. You said juries get things wrong. Why would you bring that up if you weren't about to justify Donald Trump's crimes by suggesting the jury got it wrong?
Whole viewers can rewind it and say that I didn't say juries. I said
you literally said no. You did not. You said the jury got it wrong.
I did.
People in the chat are saying you did say juries. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
I don't give a fuck what they say.
Everybody heard you.
If you will listen for more than 3.5 seconds without interrupting.
Right, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not using my platform. Hey, listen. Hey, don't get angry on me. Listen closely. Listen closely. Listen closely. You're not listening. You're getting emotional. You're getting insulting. No, I don't want to listen to you justify the crimes of criminals.
From clapping.
Calm down. You're Delulu. You're Delulu. Calm down. I think you think I'm gonna resonate on this with you, and then I'm going to let you use this platform to justify Donald Trump's crimes. You said juries get it wrong. You did not say court. This is on film. This is on video. We can rewind the tape. Also, everybody in the chat heard you say jury. And to the people on the MAGA right who are in the comments saying, let him talk. No, MAGA Republicans, I will not let him talk, because you are not going to come up here and try to justify the crimes of a sexual abuser. You, guest, just said that you were the victim of a similar crime. But then you said juries get it wrong and that you want to talk about that. No, you are not going to use my platform to justify the crimes of a sexual abuser by suggesting the jury got it wrong. Okay? Now let's move forward. You may speak.
So, can I have more than 4.5 seconds without?
So long as you don't justify the crimes of a criminal, sure.
So, listen to what I'm about to fucking say. Because you won't keep your mouth fucking shut.
Oh, I bet you I don't.
So, listen. I didn't say jury. I said courts. I said
no, you
courts.
Didn't. You said juries.
I did.
You said juries.
No, I did not say juries.
You said juries.
Okay. The jury found that the defendant against me was guilty. Guess what happened? Because just like you're going to say, oh, Donald Trump has money, so did the person that assaulted me. Guess what happened? The jury found the kid guilty. And after the kid's appeal, 3 judges got together and reversed the jury's decision. So what does that tell you about the court system? That it's fucked up and it's rigged.
Hold on. Rigged. Okay. I don't know about, hold on. I mean this sincerely. I don't know about your case. And your case isn't Donald Trump's case. You did say juries 1, and 2, you're conflating 2 separate cases that have nothing to do with each other. I know nothing about your case. I know nothing about the evidence or witnesses behind it. I know everything about Donald Trump's case. So you coming up here and conflating your case that maybe was wrong and you're saying it was wrong, fine. That's not Donald Trump's case. So let's not play here, right? That's like saying,
Well,
that's
let's
like
not
saying,
play
hold
then.
on, stop,
Well,
stop,
no,
stop.
then let's
You're
not play
claiming
here
that
and just admit
you're claiming
that
by
the
your
court
logic,
system is
stop.
corrupt.
No, I will not admit that. Period.
Why?
Because
Why?
that is your personal
Why?
opinion. But Donald Trump is a convicted felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster. Hold on, and you,
Biden's son
stop.
was not
You're not listening.
liable for
You're not
all of the
listening.
shit that he
You're not
did in
listening.
Ukraine?
You're not listening.
So all that shit
Do
just
you
goes
see?
out the
You're out of
window
control.
because it's not
You're out
in
of control.
favor
You're really
of
out of
your
control.
Political candidate.
Okay, so again,
that's
you're
not in favor of
one,
your political
you're
candidate.
slurring.
So let's eliminate that.
Right, I
and
wanna
just
make 2
go
points
with the
clear
shit
here.
That's event.
Okay, you got to
against-
calm down. One, you need to calm down because you're slurring your words. So if you took a drink tonight, maybe it's not best to go on a platform like this and speak. Two, you're getting way too out of control. I imagine because you had a drink. Three, I don't know your case, don't know anything about it, but I do know Donald Trump's case in and out. You're saying that your case had an issue and that's your case. That does not suggest that every single other case in our country's history is wrong. Okay? Because you're saying, well, the justice system's always wrong then. No. Donald Trump sexually abused a woman. And you're saying that you were the victim of a similar crime. So if anything, you should be resonating with E. Jean Carroll, but instead you're picking the side of the sexual abuser. That's not okay. Okay? There's some deep trauma behind that then, and that's for you to figure out, but you don't come on here and justify the crimes of a sexual abuser, civil fraudster, felon, and claim that, well, you have a similar background, and so, you understand more here than the bipartisan unanimous jury that held him accountable. And the evidence and witnesses that unfolded that made very clear he was guilty of his crimes. That ain't gonna work. Okay? Okay.
Like in my case, where a jury of peers found someone guilty, and then judges overturned the decision because someone had money.
Okay, but
and
you're
they
not
were able to
understanding.
buy out the judges.
You said the jury found your person, they found them guilty, yeah?
Yes.
So the jury was right, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, great. So then this jury was also right? Because the jury... Do you understand what you're saying here? Think about it. Hold on. I need you to think. You're not. If you're talking, you're not listening. Let me explain what you just said. You just said
the jury.
If you're not listening, then listen. Stop talking. Because you just called out. You just said that Donald Trump's guilty. Okay. So you got to go on mute. You're on mute, so nobody can hear you. You just said. Okay. Listen closely to this. You just said that the jury found him guilty. The individual who, did this to you, you're saying that they were found guilty by the jury and that was accurate and that money overturned it in the courts. Okay. Donald Trump was found guilty by a jury. So then you agree with the jury. So Donald Trump indeed committed sexual abuse, right? Like, wouldn't that be accurate then? Why are you saying that the jury's wrong for Donald Trump then? It doesn't...
I never said that the jury was wrong.
But you're saying Donald Trump may not be a felon or a sexual abuser because the justice system might have gotten it wrong. Donald Trump was found guilty by a unanimous bipartisan jury. But
I'm not saying that they got it wrong. In the sexual case, maybe they got it right.
All right, we're done. Stop drinking. Stop drinking. I'm not playing with somebody who's blatantly drinking on here. One, you're slurring every other word. Two, you're quite literally making contrary remarks to your own argument.
Hey, how's it going?
Just a sec. So you're saying, oh yeah, the person who did this to me was found guilty by the jury and then the judges overturned it because of money in the system. What does that have to do with Donald Trump being found guilty by a jury too? Then the statement stands, you're voting for a sexual abuser who you believe as well as a sexual abuser because the jury found him unanimously guilty. But you're so out of it because you clearly took some happy juice or something that you don't recognize how you're making contrary remarks to your own argument. So again, I'm not playing with somebody who's clearly drinking. Let's move on. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
I am voting for Donald Trump and the only good candidate for president.
So you support crime because?
This is what we're doing here?
Well, I mean, you're voting for a felon, civil fraudster, sexual abuser.
He's not convicted, actually.
Did you say he's not convicted? Is that what you just said?
That's exactly what I just said, buddy.
Wow. How'd you miss the conviction? Were you under a rock?
All right, Four Eyes, here's the problem.
No, right, Four Eyes, here's the problem. Oh, hold on. Let me clutch my pearls. Oh, gosh. My feelings. I got called Four Eyes. Oh, no. Whatever will I do? I guess I'll just get over it. So, again, let's recognize something. You
sound like a girl, not gonna lie.
Thank you. I get the voice from my mother. Isn't that a beautiful voice? Stop trying to flirt, though. It's getting a little cringy, okay? I need you to answer these questions here, okay? Pay very close attention, all right? So again, when did and how did you miss Donald Trump's conviction on the 34 felony counts? Were you under a rock?
Shoot, I was actually.
Yeah, I can tell. It's giving Patrick Star.
You kind of look like Patrick Star, ugly ass.
I wish. At least then I would. I mean, that would be phenomenal.
Keep the questions coming.
Wouldn't it be phenomenal to look like Patrick Star? Oh man, that guy's eating Krabby Patties all day. Speaking of, I could go get one of those at Wendy's now. I may honestly dress up as Patrick Star. Anyway, do you know Donald Trump's border policy?
Keep the Mexicans out that are coming in illegally, pretty much.
Yeah, that's
right?
not a policy.
Well, that's summed up.
No, that was not summed up. That was summed up in what sense?
What?
In what way was that a sum in any sense?
Say what?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me the policy. Hurry up. Come on.
All right. First of all, stop snapping.
Hurry up.
Hurry up. All right.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Listen, you're getting emotional. You're getting agitated. At some point, you're going to blurt out the F slur because you're going to get angry. And then you're like, I got to get out of this conversation. I don't want to talk policy. I need a way to get kicked. Here comes the F slur.
No, you're actually
Listen, again,
embarrassing yourself.
Calm down. Tell me Donald Trump's border policy.
Do, man. They just act like idiots.
Can you calm down? Can you calm down? Tell me Donald Trump's border policy.
I don't know what his border policy is. Tell me what it is.
I know you don't know it. If I tell you Donald Trump's border policy, will you tell me what you actually support? Do you support the wall?
I'll tell you what
Do you support his wall?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to put more salaries towards border agents?
Yep.
You want to cap immigration? Thank you. You want to cap immigration? Thank you. Do you want to cap immigration? Same thing. It's limit immigration. You're just limiting immigration.
So, I mean, Trump's border policy is just pretty much zero toleration.
Again, do you want to cap immigration or not? Do you want to let the floodgates go wild or not? It's up to you.
Nope, don't want to let the floodgates go wild.
Okay, so you want to cap immigration?
Sure.
You want to block illegal asylum seekers?
You just show me what you've written down. Let me see what you've written down. Yeah.
So you want to block illegal?
Bullshit.
All right. So hold on. So do you want to block illegal asylum seekers?
Let me see what you've written down first.
Do you want to block illegal asylum seekers? Why won't you answer?
No.
Why do you have somebody telling you in the background what to say? You know we hear them, right? You can't do this on your own?
It's the TV, buddy.
No, it's not.
You want to see
somebody in the background saying, say no, say no. You know we hear them, right? Your mic is very sensitive. We hear them.
Nobody said that.
We all heard it. So again, you want to block illegal asylum seekers?
You're in a little posse, huh?
You want to block illegal asylum seekers?
No, I don't.
Why? You like illegal immigrants coming into the country?
Dude, I don't even know what these fucking questions are. I'm voting for Trump. Ask me some real questions.
These are real questions. You're just too ignorant to understand them. But what I want to recognize here, and pay very close attention to what just happened. I went through, calm down. I went through Kamala Harris's policy and I told you it was Donald Trump's, and you said yes to all 3 points. Once I got to the 4th point, the person who was in the room with you recognized you were getting tricked and said, say no, and we all heard it. But you were too ignorant to recognize that on your own. So you were endorsing Kamala Harris's policy until your daddy or whoever that was in the background stepped in for you, and we all heard it. You said yes. Hold on. You said yes, you support the wall. Yes, you support the border funding. Yes, you support the cap on immigration. Yes, you support the border agent distribution. You said yes to all that. That's Kamala's policy, not Donald Trump's. Then when I said, do you want to block illegal asylum seekers? The person in the room with you heard that and said, say no. And you said no, because they recognized you got tricked and you didn't. That's on you. That's your ignorance. But thank you for endorsing Kamala Harris's border policy.
All right, ask me some more questions.
No. You just endorsed Kamala Harris. It's on video. I'm good. I got what I needed. I got content. Oh, gosh. Are other MAGA Republicans going to get upset? Are they going to feel bad that you just endorsed Kamala's border policy?
Yeah.
Stinks, doesn't it? It stinks when you don't know what you're talking about, but go onto a public forum like this. Goodness gracious. Bye. Oh my gosh. He was really insulting. He was really trying to insult me, and all I had to do was slap him down on it. All I had to do was trick him with the policy. Wow. Let's get up our next guest, folks. If you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have a chat. Do we all recognize that he endorsed Kamala's policy up until the point when somebody in the background said, say no, because they realized he was getting tricked? Like, one more time. I went through 4 policy points. I got to the 5th one. I said, block illegal asylum seekers. Somebody in the background said, say no. And he goes, no. You got caught. And you were too ignorant to realize until your daddy stepped in. Guest, are you voting for the felon?
Yes.
Gotcha. And why do you support crime?
I'm voting for Trump because I agree with what he's going to do with mass deportation as far as along the lines of
Mass deportation? How are you going to implement that? What's that consist of?
in Agenda 47 when he talks about it, and the reason he's bringing up
hold on. How are you going to do mass deportation? Break it down for us. Go ahead.
Oh, well, when I finish my point, I'll get to why.
No. Tell us, how are you going to do mass deportation?
The reason I support it and why
yeah, that's so nice.
It,
that's really nice. So mass deportation is going to happen how, anyway? I'm curious.
Do you know the new application asylum?
Mass deportation is going to happen how?
Because first he's gonna fund more officers as far as trying to, especially the ones on the deportation list,
to do
the expedited list. But
to do what? This is the part that nobody likes, which is why you're gonna try to pivot as many times away from saying it. Tell me how, and then what happens with those officers? What do they do next? Go ahead, say it. Don't be shy.
You're not letting me finish my point.
Say it. Go ahead. Say the fun part that you MAGA Republicans don't like saying. To do what? What are they going to do?
He's going to mass deport the people on the deportation list, and because of application I-589 with asylum.
Quiet. How are you going to deport them? Go ahead. You're refusing to say this part. You're refusing to say this part.
I'll play your game. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's not a game. It's just if this was a game, then you're skipping over the fun part. This is the collect 200 and pass go part. Go ahead, say it.
Not letting me get to my point.
No, don't get to the point. Get to my point. Tell me again. How is he going to implement mass deportation? Like, when he gets the soldiers on the ground, then what do they do?
First off, when he funds these soldiers, and it's not going to be like what everyone thinks. Oh, they're just going to profile people and pull them off the streets, which is not going to happen.
Oh, what is going to happen?
It's going to be the same as if you're suspected of committing a crime.
No.
But the reason he's wanting to do that.
My turn. So we recognize here that Donald Trump made very clear his strategy for mass deportation is to have the military weaponized against their own citizens. This is something he messed up time and again in his interviews. Whether he thought it was going to happen or not, this is on him. He said he was going to have soldiers approach the homes of citizens and basically check if they were harboring immigrants. And this is why J.D. Vance, when he was asked about it at the debate, refused to own up to it. But here's a question for everybody in the chat, because if you know, you know. Soldiers going to your home in the middle of the night and knocking on your door asking if you're harboring people that they disagree with and that they want to escort away from your home. What does this remind me of? Because I read a diary about this once. Actually, I read this diary numerous times growing up. What is this? Goodness gracious. It sounds so familiar. Yeah. Next. If you're voting for the criminal, jump on into the chat. Let's have a conversation. Don't be shy. Oh, and Frank, everybody got it. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, because we've lived this history before. What Donald Trump is doing is trying to implement far-right fascist policies. Yeah, let's not repeat history here. Mass deportation's not a good thing to be bragging about, which is why I started laughing when you brought up mass deportation. There's a reason MAGA Republicans never bring that up, but you chose to for some reason. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the felon?
How's it going? Yeah, I am.
And you support crime because?
Oh, okay. Wait, can I ask you a question?
No, because you just walked into my live. Consider this my house. Wipe your feet off at the door,
I just want
and then step on in and ask.
Hey.
No,
Wait, just one question.
You don't tell me to shh. Learn your place. And that's not it. Next. But I did see that you were waiting in the live for about 20 minutes. Glad I could waste 20 minutes of your time. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
No, hun. I'm sorry.
You're
You're doing a great job, sweetie. Right on.
Love you. Thank you.
I'm watching you, hun. Awesome job.
Love you so much. Thank you for coming up. Let's get up for next guest, folks. If you are voting for Donald Trump, jump on into the guest request. Let's have a chat. Don't be shy. Hi, Jennifer. 3, 2, 1. Bye. Folks, if you're voting for Donald Trump, jump on into the guest request. Let's have a little discussion. Don't be shy. We're going to get a few more conversations in. Hi, Corey.
Hey, how are you?
So are you voting for the criminal?
I am voting for Donald Trump. I'll be the first to say he's certainly not my ideal candidate by any means.
Yeah, I'd like to think that your ideal candidate wasn't a rapist, but you chose him nonetheless, so speaks volumes on your character, don't it?
Well, I mean, I would like to...
Don't stutter on me now. Don't know why you're getting nervous.
What's up?
Don't stutter and get nervous on me now. So why'd you pick the rapist?
No. I wanted to discuss...
The rapist? Me too. So why did you pick the rapist?
Well, no. I came on here to talk about why I wanted to vote for him.
Me too. So why did you vote on? Why are you voting for the rapist?
I didn't vote for him back in 2016. I voted Libertarian.
Hold on. Let me make you feel at home.
I voted for. I vote based on constitutional principles, which I know Donald Trump is obviously lacking in. Kamala Harris, though, I think is definitely lacking more in that department. We can discuss that more if you want to. Sure.
When did Kamala Harris violate the Second Amendment?
Well, I don't necessarily know about the second.
Okay. Really? You don't know about the Second Amendment?
Well, hold on.
That's weird.
Are you going to let me talk, or is that
I'm sure. Well, if you don't think I cut people off, then you might be new here. Maybe it's the Italian in me. I don't know. So you don't know about the Second Amendment. That seems convenient, considering that's one of the amendments that Donald Trump violated. Is it that you don't know about the Second Amendment, or is it that you don't want to talk about it because Donald Trump violated it? Excuse me. So is it that you don't? Excuse me. Is it that you don't know about the Second Amendment, or is it that it's convenient to you not to know about it because Donald Trump violated it? So tell me, did Kamala violate the Second Amendment? Yes or no?
Well, you just asked me 4 questions.
I asked you one question, and you tried to pivot.
You asked me if I know about the Second Amendment.
So again, you ready? Ready? Did Kamala violate the Second Amendment? Yes or no?
Did Kamala violate the Second Amendment? No, but what she said was...
Did Donald Trump?
No, with the bump stocks. Are you talking about the
Yep.
bump stocks?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
So Donald Trump implemented a bump stock ban, and whether you agree or
Yes.
disagree with that, his Supreme Court in June of this year overturned it, ruling it was in direct violation of a constitutional privilege. We also recognize that Donald Trump became one of the first modern-day presidents to have violated the Second Amendment, which is ironic because that was the amendment he was running on up until that bump stock ban was overturned.
I'm well aware of that. Am I allowed to talk?
Fantastic. Well, you're saying you're a constitutionalist, or at least that you have a grasp on the Constitution, and yet you don't know about the Second Amendment, and you don't want to talk about how Donald Trump
You haven't
impeded on
given
the
me an
Second Amendment.
opportunity to discuss the Second Amendment. You asked
sure I
me,
did.
do you
Did
know
I-
the Second
did I
Amendment?
not?
And you keep cutting me off, dude.
You're so right. So when I asked, what about the Second Amendment? And you said, well, I don't know
Yeah,
about
you
the Second
kept
Amendment.
rambling,
I must have,
dude.
well, hold on. So when you said
You
that you
don't
don't,
shut up.
Gotcha. So when you said you don't know about the Second Amendment, that must have been me hallucinating. Certainly, you
Because
didn't say
never
that
gave
just
me a
5 minutes
chance to-
ago.
You never gave me a chance to answer. I told you I was well aware about the bump stock ban. I'm well aware when he said I
Well,
like to take the guns first.
but
I
I'm just
started
calling
off the
out.
conversation. I started off the
Right.
conversation by saying, yes, he's
You're a
not my
hypocrite. I
ideal
heard
candidate.
you. You said you believe in the
And I
Constitution,
wanted
but
to
unless
talk
Donald
more
Trump
about
breaks
that,
it, you don't care.
and I wanted to talk more about
Yeah.
that, but you kept cutting
Yeah.
me off because
No,
that's
I
your
hear you.
thing, because
Yeah.
you are not open to listening to dialogue. That's
You're
your
so
problem.
right. You're so right. Anyway, so my point was I was pointing out that you are indeed a hypocrite. You say you support the Constitution and you're voting based off of being a libertarian and a constitutionalist, yet simultaneously you're going to ignore the fact that Donald Trump drop-kicked the Second Amendment and impeded on it, violating it.
Could we talk about what Kamala Harris has said?
I'm sure
about
you would
the
love to
Second
talk
Amendment?
about Kamala instead of Donald Trump. Certainly, there's no bias there. Certainly not. Did Kamala
I
violate?
can talk about plenty of things that I don't like about Trump.
Ready?
I
Here's the
said
fun
many
part of this
times.
again. Here's the fun part of this again. Did Kamala violate the Second Amendment? Yes or no?
I already answered that. I said no.
Perfect. So that's
Would
the
you
end
like
of the
to hear what she
conversation.
said she
I
wants
don't
to
care
do to
what
the
she
Second
said.
Amendment?
Shh, no.
Which she is unable to do because
Stop. Don't do that. Donald Trump violated it. You admit that. Kamala didn't. You admit that. But you'd rather talk about your misinterpretation of what she has said. She was just on the news 60 Minutes
because you're
the
not
other
letting
night.
me say what she said.
She never said she was going to violate it.
Dude.
Donald Trump did, though. And you're voting for the guy who did violate it. Do you see the issue? Do you
Yes,
see the
I
issue?
do. And I've said
Perfect.
many times he's not my ideal candidate.
Oh, I'm sorry. My tinfoil hat fell off. We're no longer twinning. Anyhow,
And
go
okay,
ahead. Entertain me. Make it good. Hurry up.
are you going to cut me off?
Probably.
All right. Well, then you know what, dude. If you're just going to continue to cut me off, I don't even see any reason to have this conversation.
Well,
with you,
I'm not
dude.
the one who said I'm a constitutionalist who is voting for the man who violated the Second Amendment. That was you.
Do not listen. Are you ready to listen?
Did I miss something? You said that you are the constitutionalist, but you're voting for the guy who violated the Second Amendment. I'm pretty sure I remember that properly. Chat, did I mistake? He also said that Kamala never violated the Second Amendment. Did I mistake that?
Dude, this is Twilight Zone, man. Like,
Actually, it's called reality. It's a little tough once you get, twisted in your ignorance, as are you. Then maybe you can't realize
smugness
what
is not a
reality
good
is.
look, man. Dude, smugness is not a good look for
Smugness?
you.
It's
I'm
called
telling you this right now.
intelligence. It's called
No,
intelligence.
you could be intelligent, but also be a smug asshole. And that's exactly how you're acting. now.
Oh, wow. That might be the nicest thing I've been called all day. Anyway, so you're supporting a felon who violated the Constitution because what? You hate our Constitution?
There is a difference between a Trump supporter and a Trump voter. I am not. You will never catch me wearing a MAGA hat,
No.
but you will also never catch me voting for Kamala.
You're not quirky. You're not special. You're not unique. You're not like other girls. I get it. You're saying you're an individual because you're not a Trump supporter. You're just voting for Trump. That's not how life works anymore.
On
This
what
isn't a
planet?
normal Republican. This
On
isn't
what-
Nikki. Listen, this isn't
No,
Kamala
you
Harris.
listen. On what planet do you think
This
being the
isn't
way you
Kamala
are is going to
Harris.
change any hearts and minds?
Considering I received at least a dozen messages this morning from Republicans who are actually moderates and normal Republicans who will now be voting for Kamala, I'm well aware. And let me read you some of those messages. One moment. Let's be clear as well. This isn't a race between Kamala Harris and Nikki Haley. This is Donald Trump, who is borderline fascist. There's a difference.
Jesus Christ! Define fascist.
So you saying that you're not a Trump supporter just because you're a Trump voter?
Well, no, why don't you define
You're a Trump
fascist?
supporter.
Define
Ready?
fascist.
Excuse me.
fascist.
Excuse me.
Define
Quiet time.
fascist.
I want to read these messages
Define
to you.
fascist.
I know you don't want me to
Define
read
fascist.
this. Hey. Quiet, or else you get the cowbell.
Define fascist. You can't define it. You're
Calm down.
Oh no!
Calm
Hold
down.
on. I could be.
I'm
a
going to
smart
read
guy
these
too. You're not
messages to you.
defining fascism
You asked.
because obviously you don't know what fascism is, and you're just using
Quiet.
buzzwords.
You asked. I know you don't want me to read them. I'm going to read these messages anyway. You're trying to fight tooth and nail, so I don't read these messages. You asked what I'm doing. You asked if this is actually changing the minds of Republicans. It is, because they hear you and they realize how ignorant you sound, and they don't want to vote for whoever you're voting for anymore. Thank you for what you do. Grew up and voted Republican my whole life and thought I'd just vote for Trump because of the economy, but started tuning into your lives and you've turned me to Kamala. There's more people like that out there. Hope you keep doing what you're doing. Hold on, I got more. That was one. You're awesome. I used to be on the awful side of Trump, but you single-handedly changed my perspective, and I appreciate that. I'm Kamala all the way. Keep at it. I got another. I was going to vote for Trump because everyone I knew was voting for him, but thank you for turning my view around. Kamala 2024. I also received a photo of somebody sending me their ballot, saying, hey, I wanted you to know that this is because of you. Was a Trump supporter. I'm on Team Kamala now, and it's a photo of their ballot. And they're filling in the Kamala bubble and mailing it back in. Again, these messages mean a lot to me because it means that there's hope in the Republican Party. But there's not hope for you. You don't get hope. You get sad. You get bitter. You get whatever conspiracy this is. You get, you probably think cats and dogs are getting eaten in Ohio, huh? Anyhow, on that note.
Oh, I see I'm back on.
Ready? Knock, knock. I got a joke. I want you to hear it. Knock, knock. Answer the door. Come on.
Hold on, my phone was having issues.
Knock, knock.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'll bite. Who's there?
Not you. Christina. Christina, thank you. Thank you for the Venmo. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much, and for the message as well. Did you guys like that joke? Was it a good one? See, MAGA Republicans wish they could hate me, but because they have a personality, that makes them double as angry as they already were at me. It would be one thing if I wasn't making them laugh, but it's because I make them laugh and I'm a Democrat that they're extra angry. Isn't that phenomenal? Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
I think I might end up voting for the criminal.
That's kind of gross, don't you think?
It is. It sucks.
Next. At least he knows it was gross. Oh my gosh. I can't. To be clear, folks, at this point, I am going to be playing around with these guests a little bit. I did a ton of live streaming before. We did 4 hours of live streams today already. We had beautiful conversations, very serious, forward conversations. We flipped a lot of Republicans. At this point, I'm kind of playing around with some of these MAGA Republicans like this one. Bill, hi. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm not a MAGA. I'm sorry. I just came up to say hi.
You're good. I appreciate you coming up. How you doing?
Love you, and go Kamala.
Love you right back. Have a good one, man. Let's get up our next guest. Hello, guest.
Latino here, man. I'm from LAX area, bro. We're probably gonna what? Blue, but the way shit's going, red, man. And I don't even vote for shit. It's just, you see what's going on with
so you just said that you're from...
Hold on, wait. Whatever,
hold on, wait, quiet. Listen, I'm not muting you. I'm not muting you. I was just holding my phone. Oh my gosh. So you said that you're from LA and that you don't vote. Do you think that you're like somebody I care to talk to? Bye. He goes, I'm from LA, which is going to be blue, and I don't vote. What? Okay, cool. So you're redundant? Like, what was the point of that? You basically just said that your opinion literally doesn't matter whatsoever. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Hi, Johnny.
Okay, I don't like how soft you were talking there. That was a little cringy. This is not an ASMR channel. Let's do better. Next. Folks, if you're voting for the felon, jump on in. Let's have a conversation about it. Don't be shy. Step right up. It's giving carnival, right? It's giving carnival game where I'm like, step right up, take your shot, try your best. And then they just keep getting slapped down. You know, hi guest, are you voting for the criminal?
Good evening. Yeah, I'd say yes.
That's a little gross, don't you think so?
No, I think the way that you depict it, or the question is, but no.
You think that the way I depict the question is gross, really? Because he's not a felon, sexual abuser. Excuse me.
No.
Because he's not a felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster.
Can we divide the two? Can we start with one and then the other?
So
or you want
let's
to
start with Donald Trump. He's a felon.
Okay. Felon, okay.
Civil fraudster.
Okay.
Sexual abuser.
Okay, so we have three things.
He's by definition closer to a mafia boss than Al Capone. So tell me again, why are you voting for the felon?
I like that analogy.
Yeah, that's
and you're
so great.
entertaining. I understand. So
I'm well aware.
We start with the
so
felon,
why are you voting
right?
for the felon?
So we start with the felonies. The felonies were misappropriation of campaign funds.
Are you really trying to justify his crimes? Not to cut you off.
It's not about justifying. It's not about justifying.
Listen,
it does have to play out.
Listen. I know it seems like I've only been on live for half an hour, but I was on for 4 hours today. I've listened to well over 100 of you MAGA Republicans come up here and try to justify his crimes in one way or another, and every single time they got slapped down. I'm not going to entertain it. He's a criminal. He committed the crimes. You're not going to fool anybody into thinking anything else. Don't be a brainwashed sheep. You know he's a felon. If you don't agree with the crimes, then there's something wrong with you, not something wrong with the system.
If you're not able to entertain your guest on me, just move on. It's fine.
So justify why you would vote for the felon. Don't tell me he's not a felon. It doesn't make sense.
I didn't say he wasn't a felon.
You're trying to justify that there was something wrong with the case. You already started. You already started talking
there was
about
something wrong with the case.
You were getting there. I heard you.
I believe in the system, in the justice system. They found him guilty of 34 felonies.
Correct.
Misappropriating campaign funds, and that's going to play out. But
34 felonies surrounding falsifying business check statements and records. Yeah.
Right. All 34, each line, $1,000 checks.
And you're saying that you don't agree with it because?
It doesn't disqualify him from running for president.
That's so great, because our founders certainly didn't think a convicted felon was ever going to be running for the presidency.
Our founders weren't writing checks either.
Excuse me. Right. And so now we are here and you're saying, well, the Constitution doesn't stop him. The Constitution also doesn't stop somebody from flying down to the North Pole and lighting it on fire. But we know that's probably the wrong thing to do.
Right. So and I do believe the Constitution is standing.
You can probably recognize that voting for the felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster isn't the right thing to do. Just like lighting Santa Claus's village on fire.
So do you want to move to the second one, which was the civil case?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I mean, I know that you're going to use the word rapist, but it's a civil case, which basically focuses on liability. I mean, that's the talking point, isn't it? Like, we're just going talking point against talking point.
Or is it the criminal justice system? You're saying talking
it's not
points.
The criminal justice system. It's the civil justice system. It's divided.
Not when he's already a criminal. Case. At this point, it's accountability. You're saying he was found liable of sexual abuse, and why do you disagree with that?
Well, a criminal case is a different...
Excuse me, I'm well aware. Thank you very much. Please again tell me, without harping on some sort of nitpick, tell me, why are you trying to justify the sexual abuse of Donald Trump?
Not trying to justify it.
Well, then why'd you bring it up?
Because it was a liability case, and you're saying that
what does liable mean? What does liable mean?
It means that he is guilty. He's basically
correct. No, you stuttered.
No.
It is guilty. No. Yes. Stop. Listen. No. Liable is the civil term. Guilty is the criminal term. And that is the essence of it. Let's make something very clear here. He was found liable. You could also say found guilty, and then people like you who nitpick will say, "Well, that's the wrong term." Correct. It is the wrong term, but it means the same exact thing.
Now you're saying it doesn't mean the same exact thing. Otherwise, there would be two different sides of court.
Okay. What does guilty mean? What does guilty mean?
Guilty means that you are guilty. You are the one that is basically, I don't know, going back and forth.
Guilty. What does guilty mean? You are what?
I don't have an Oxford definition.
Responsible. Now, what does liable mean? You are what?
Responsible.
Correct. Thank you. Now, was this really that hard? No. Stop playing with me.
We have to.
Right.
We have
but you are
courts.
nitpicking, and I'm going to ask that you stop. So tell me again now. You're saying, well, that doesn't disqualify him. Certainly, it does not. He's a sexual abuser. You agree with that? And yet you're saying it doesn't disqualify him, does not mean it's right to vote for the sexual abuser. The same way it's not right to take a one-way trip down to the North Pole and light it on fire. These aren't normal things to do.
I know you're smart enough to know that there's different standards of proof. I know that you are. And that's okay.
Are you really justifying the case? Hold on. You're trying to justify his sexual abuse by claiming it never took place? Is that what you're doing now?
No, not at all.
Are you a grape apologist?
Standards of proof when you're financially responsible.
Do you recognize that Donald Trump? Pardon me. Do you recognize that Donald Trump was found liable of sexual abuse?
Absolutely.
And he is a sexual abuser. Oh, see, funny. This is where you're trying to justify it. You're saying yes. You're saying yes. I will say he was found liable of sexual abuse.
It's funny, like it's
pay attention. I'm going to call you out on this now. You're going to get slapped down here. You're saying yes, he was found liable of sexual abuse, but no, I don't think he committed it. That's what you're saying.
No,
that's not normal.
That. I don't.
Okay,
have all
so
the
then answer again. No. He was found liable of sexual abuse. Right. Will you say he's a sexual abuser?
No, I say he's found liable of sexual abuse.
Exactly. And you're saying, but he's not a sexual abuser.
I didn't
say
one more
that.
Time.
Great. So then call him a sexual abuser.
Of the case.
Is he a sexual abuser? Yes or no?
He wasn't found criminally. He was
Excuse me. He was found liable of sexual abuse. We already went through the terms.
Established that.
Thank you. Listen, terms of service. We already went through it. Again, you're saying that he was found liable of sexual abuse, but that you don't think he committed sexual abuse. If I'm wrong, then tell me, do you think he committed sexual abuse? Yes or no?
Just
yes
know.
Or no?
I don't know.
No, you do know.
No,
and you don't want to say no because it sounds really
you
bad.
Want to assume, and I
no.
Go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead. I'll let you.
So
speak.
again, you're saying he was found liable of sexual abuse, but that he didn't commit sexual abuse. That's not normal behavior.
This is why we have a criminal system.
Hold on. I want to make clear here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's not normal behavior. That at that point, when you turn around and you're trying to justify the.
I'm so glad you're not in charge of our criminal system and our liable system. I'm glad that we have voters, and I'm glad that there's two different sides of criminal.
We got to calm you
liable.
down. Just wait until he finds out about my time in the Supreme Court and my time with the Attorney General and whatnot. Goodness gracious. So again, guest, here's the issue with what you're saying, right? You're nitpicking, saying, oh, well, liable and guilty aren't the same thing. No, they're different terms. Liable, civil fraud. It's a civil court. Guilty is the criminal case. Criminal court. Both mean responsible, but you're nitpicking. And you were trying to say, well, he was found liable, not guilty. Okay, that was problem one. Problem two was you said, okay, I guess I can't justify it by that means. So instead, I'm going to say, yes, he was found liable of sexual abuse, but I don't think he's a sexual abuser. Okay. Now you're siding with the crimes. You're siding with the criminal. This is not normal behavior. This is ignorant behavior. This is wrong. This is silly goose behavior. This is borderline seek therapy behavior, okay? Because it's not normal to justify the crimes of a sexual abuser, let alone vote for him. At least when a MAGA Republican votes for him, they don't sit there trying to justify his crimes. They just say it was political persecution. You're up here telling me that, oh, his crimes weren't that bad. You're not even claiming political persecution. You're going down a whole different route that's just really gross. So again, Donald Trump was found guilty on 34 felony counts for falsifying business records, checks, and statements, found liable of sexual abuse, and found liable of civil fraud. Why are you voting for a criminal?
Because it wasn't criminal beyond a reasonable doubt. And I think
it was a bipartisan unanimous jury. Excuse me, a bipartisan.
Doesn't matter.
Listen to the word.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bipartisan unanimous jury appointed by his own lawyers ruled he was guilty. And you will never, ever be able to 100% determine something happened. But Donald Trump was found more likely than not to have committed sexual abuse, and you're okay with that. Question for you. Do you have a kid? Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I do, as a matter of fact.
Okay. So let's say that somebody wants to babysit your children. You're looking for a babysitter. And one of the candidates is somebody who was more likely than not found liable of sexual abuse. They were found liable of sexual abuse, and so that means they're more likely than not having committed sexual abuse. Do you want them babysitting your kids?
I'm very particular who babysits my kids. It's family. Yeah.
So do you want them babysitting your kids? No? Yes.
Probably not.
Okay, but yet you'll make them your children's president. That's not normal. See the disconnect? See the disconnect. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So again, you won't let your kids get babysat by somebody like Donald Trump, but you'll put somebody like Donald Trump into the presidency. That's weird.
It's not though, because again, as a president,
did I miss something?
Yeah, you absolutely did. I mean, you just went from A to B and tried to conflate two different things.
We're
talking about policy. Yeah, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
I think you won't let your kids get babysat by somebody who was found liable of sexual assault, but that person who was found liable of sexual abuse, you'll make them your children's president. Arguably worse.
Really?
Really?
No. Okay.
Okay, so you won't let them babysit your kids, but you'll give them the nuclear codes. Good parenting, great parenting. How about you say no? They can't babysit my kids. And hold on, here's an idea. Here's an idea. You should say I have an idea. I have an idea.
Yes. Babysitting and nuclear codes. Let's talk about it.
I have an idea. You should say no. I won't let the person found liable of sexual abuse babysit my kids, and no, I won't let them be my kid's president either.
The fact of the matter is, I don't want an empty suit on the other side. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
doesn't make any sense.
We can continue to talk about nuclear codes and babysitting like a Hollywood movie. Okay?
Yeah,
well, go ahead.
You're not voting against Kamala. You're voting for the rapist because you have a thing for it. That's up to you. You can vote for the felon if you want to, but let's recognize that it has nothing to do with morals or record, which is why, for example, which is why this was such a good example, which is why, again, if this had anything to do with morals and record, you would say, no, I won't let my kids get babysat by somebody found liable of sexual abuse. Never mind, will I make that person their president? You would say no across the board, but you're not. You're being a hypocrite.
That's what you want me to say.
No, that's what the normal person would say, but you're being a hypocrite.
So literally, when you have 51% of a nation voting for one side and the other 49, then 49%.
That's not what's happening right now. Yeah, 50% of the country is not voting for Donald Trump. 50% didn't vote for Donald Trump in 2020 either. What are you talking about?
What was the percentages?
You want to go look it up? Go ahead.
No, I mean, what were they? Just give me a rough number. Give me a rough number.
Go, look it up.
Give me a rough number. I don't want
to look it up for you. You brought it up. Go look it up.
That's fine. If it was 40-60. Nice. I like that.
Look it up. Go ahead.
You want me?
You don't tell me to look up something for you. Am I your mom? Like, what?
No, not at all.
Great. So go look it up. Go.
I just figure you like discourse. All right, here we go. So
I don't want you guess wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like I said, it's entertaining. I came up here, and again, you're looking.
I'm hearing like a lot of this, but I'm not hearing a lot of numerical digits.
Well, it's a flat screen, so it's okay. I understand.
Wow.
Let's see here. Oh, damn it. All right, popular vote. Hold on. Let's just popular vote. Biden versus Trump. 2016.
2016, did you just say? No, 2020. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
You don't know when the election was?
Sorry. 2020.
Oh my gosh, who am I talking to right now?
Okay, I understand. Popular vote. Hold on. There we go.
Okay, 51.3 to 46.8. Why was this so easy for me to get?
Okay.
Like, why was this easy?
Oh, again.
And not to mention as well that this was before Donald Trump was a convicted felon, civil fraudster, and rapist. This was before those cases took place. So we recognize here, if you genuinely think that Donald Trump is more popular today and that he has actually won more support than he did all those years ago when he lost by 7 million votes, don't know about that. Don't know about that.
46% of the country.
Like, think about it. Think about it. That's not today, though, right?
I feel like it's going to be. I feel it's going to be more.
Listen.
Go ahead.
This is before the insurrection. This is before the civil fraud. This is before the sexual abuse. This is before his felon status. This is before his convictions. Yeah, not so sure he's more popular today than he was then.
I understand what you're saying, but
considering this time you have, 700 national security advisors from Republican administrations just endorsed Kamala. Republicans like Liz Cheney are endorsing Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were you, and this isn't like a shot or anything, are you old enough to remember like the...
I'm 46.
2008?
I'm 46.
Okay, great. Okay, so you do. So you remember the feeling of 2008, voting on Hope, right? First black president then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I remember Bill Clinton, and I remember a couple years of Reagan.
So, okay, perfect. So you, like, the idea when Obama first came in, that galvanized the idea of how many people.
Why are we talking about Obama? Do you have like a thing for him? I mean, he is so redundant to this conversation.
Because what I'm
like,
what
that's
I'm
like me saying, back in my day, Jimmy Carter walked
nobody's
up to me.
talking like that. But nobody's talking like that. What I'm saying,
you're sounding like it, right? Because again, Obama's redundant to me.
You're basically saying that you don't think Donald Trump is that popular now. But
yeah, but you can't compare Obama to Trump. You can't compare Obama, who was very popular. Yeah, Obama is not a felon, insurrectionist, sexual abuser, civil fraudster. Donald Trump is. You just compared Obama to Trump. Like, this is a joke, right? Like, are you joking?
Kamala, in order for Kamala to win, she needs that Obama type.
Fantastic.
Voting.
And I think she recognizes that, which is why on her team she has Barack Obama's old campaign manager. Let's recognize, though, there's a reason she's ahead in the polls. Okay,
it's still splendid, buddy.
That's fantastic. And here's what I'm going to suggest that you do a deeper dive into history on this. For example, look at the Pennsylvania poll that has Kamala far ahead, both on average and individual. We look at not the far right leading polls, but the on average polls, the middle road polls, and then we take in overall encompassing averages, and we still see that she's ahead by almost double digits. What's I think important to recognize here is not only is Kamala far ahead in the Pennsylvania polls, which will be the state that decides this election, you can look at 2022, where they had, on average, Dr. Mehmet Oz beating Senator John Fetterman by 2 points. John Fetterman won by 5. They had Josh Shapiro winning by low single digits. He won by 15 points. The polls not only favor Republicans, but in this case, with Kamala, they're favoring her, which suggests that she's actually going to be further ahead in the polls, and that Donald Trump is doing even worse than it's currently projected. These are things to look into, okay? And here's what I'm going to recommend here. Take a step back, do some research into these polls, take some time and ask yourself this quality question. Why are you apologizing or victimizing the rapist? Because there's something deeply wrong with you.
That framing is nice.
Hold on, I mean this sincerely.
No, you don't.
No MAGA Republican. No, I mean this sincerely. I do. No MAGA Republican has come up here and justified his crimes like you. They come up here and either say, no, he didn't commit a crime, or they say, no, it was political persecution. You were the only one who walked up there and said his crimes weren't that bad. That's not normal behavior. No.
Nobody heard that. You heard that.
No. It's on video. This is filmed. This is filmed.
I know.
And so I want to make clear, nobody did what you did. Okay? So leave this live. Take a long thought process, a long reevaluation of your life, and ask yourself, what went wrong? Okay? Bye. Folks, I think we're going to end it for tonight. On the East Coast, I hope y'all are going to bed soon, but on the West Coast, how are y'all doing? It's only like 9 o'clock there, almost 9 o'clock. Y'all have plans? Y'all have plans? Anybody doing anything fun? Going out to dinner, hopefully. Y'all doing dinner? Good night, folks. We're going to end it here for tonight and come back on tomorrow. I want to be clear. We did 4 hours of live streaming earlier today. I just hopped back on for about an hour tonight. We had some great conversations. Omar, thank you so much for the Venmo. I appreciate that. We did numerous conversations today, and they were quality. We did flip multiple Republicans as well, both over chat and over the live stream. We just jumped on here for an hour so I could slap down a few more Republicans real quick. So I want to be clear, we had some very productive conversations today. This end of the night live stream was mostly me just having fun. Mostly me just having fun and calling out their hypocrisies, because why not?